We've all been there, the snooze or lose button, right? So I set my alarm for 4:45 this morning, and took 15 minutes of that procrastination, fighting that voice, the brain fog. And I can literally attest to this. If you're already doing it, you're already ahead of me. But if you can get past the first 10 to 15 minutes of brain fog and talk yourself out of bed, it's like honoring your voices that you know you have to do the right thing. You know the benefits far outweigh your comfort zone and the procrastination and all that overthinking. You can seize the day. So this morning, last night actually, I went to bed around 9:30. Initially, I set the alarm for 4:30. Then I moved it toward 4:45. Like I'm slowly breaking my way into that 4 o'clock, 4:30, 4:40 zone. These last 2 weeks, I've been waking up at 5:30 ish. But by the time it's all said and done, I'm out of the bathroom, freshened up, I've brushed my teeth, and then I'm out at 5:45, and that's when I begin my workout. Now, that's still pretty good. I am trying to get back one more hour in my day so that when I come back in the evening, it's just a lighter, less strenuous, more relaxed. Spend a little bit more time with my dog, right? Because the work has already been done. So if I do decide to have a late dinner or a small snack, most of my meals are consumed at my office desk. I walk around with my food, talk to my coworkers. This is a new job. So if you haven't checked out my video that I just did a couple of days ago, I am giving you a recap on beginning my 9 to 5 job and how I have adjusted my intermittent fasting windows, as well as how I meal prep and take it to work, save a lot of money, and of course, free coffee, right? Um, and coffee is expensive these days. If you're a Starbucks or a Pete's, any kind of specialty coffee guy, you know that one of those puppies, it's like $7, $8. It's so overrated, right? I myself go to the grocery store and get the standard coffee pods. Each one is like $8. There's like 14 pods in there, and I barely use them because I go to work and there's free coffee. Really good coffee too, by the way. I digress. But today I was able to get my workout in, right? I did pull-ups, arms, see, and I haven't eaten anything, right? So these are some, for me, now again, I'm not a bodybuilder, but for me, as I see my physique reflecting back, okay, I feel amazing. Like this is the best version of me, guys. Okay, and I'm fasted. I haven't had any food. I've had about 4 big glasses of water. I'm probably close to a liter in now in terms of fluid. So when I'm done with this walk, I'm gonna go back home, consume more water, right? And if you can hear my breath, I've had to walk a mile or so to get to this place to record my video, and it's another mile or so walking back to my place where I get ready, shower, and all that stuff. Hand my dog over to the dog sitter, and she has a routine too, right? So I am really proud of myself, and if you're watching this and inspired, guys, waking up early is the true power to life and extending the 24-hour day. A lot of us are wasting so much of our time just by scrolling on social media. Now, I'm not saying I'm one of them. I can easily get caught up in the night doing it, but I've become better and better. When you know that you want to wake up early, right, there's this sense of responsibility you owe to yourself, but you can also start strategizing how much you can get accomplished in one day. And you break that one day down into an hour increments, right? And write down what tasks need to be done. All of a sudden, your time management, right? You're planning your tasks, whatever you need to knock out. That's where your mindset starts shifting too. And then also going to bed earlier makes you just eliminate the bad choices you would have otherwise made, like going out to drink, right? I'm not saying socializing and having a drink or two or three is bad, right? I'm not saying going out to dinner on occasion is bad. I'm just talking about the normal rhythm and patterns of your life. If you do not step in and intervene in your personal life, right? Your personal wellness, self-improvement. You don't take these measures, you're doing yourself a disservice, and then you wonder why your life has not improved. Yesterday at my office work, right, I had one of the best days I've had since I started the job, is because the energy I had built from waking up at 5 or so in the morning, working out and getting all my steps in, bulk of it here in the morning, um, it improves my energy. Like, in order to get that good energy, right, the vibe, shifting your mindset, combing through the brain fog, we all have it, right? And it's called mental health. The negativity, the self-talk, it just vanishes, right? Guys, I can't stress this, and I'm an older man, all right? What people have a hard time also realizing, I'm going to make a video on this. I already dropped many hints. I just turned 50 years old, okay? 2 weeks ago, just a little over 2 weeks ago. And I may be setting the bar for the best looking, best 50-year-old that's out there. Of course, I'm humbly bragging. I know there's got to be some other people out there. But my point is that I'm still hanging with the 20-something-year-olds when it comes to cardio, endurance, athletic training, soccer, obviously, dance, right? I've showcased some of my dance battles. I have a dance background. So I've grown up my entire life with all these artistic influences, martial arts as well, gymnastics, that have shaped the course and trajectory of my life. And which is why I talk about that if you have kids, I have little kids that look up to me. And if I have a chance to touch their lives in just a very minute way, I will do so. Many years ago, I talked about being a stepfather. I actually did a video on this, why I will never be a stepfather again. But when I had my stepdaughter, I was training more consistently the Brazilian martial art called capoeira. So I have an extensive background, and I used to compete in that sport back in California. And my master is Master Besola from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I was an avid student of his teachings. Um, and what I used to do when we used to live together with my stepdaughter and my girlfriend, obviously, I would do these tricks on the floor, and she would just stand and watch me, right? She would just stand and watch and be marveling at the tricks. Because I do capoeira for fun. Like, I love how you can contour and move your body from that aspect. And it inspires kids. Like, they are just so drawn to it. And what I heard, fast forward 10, 12 years later or so, she is into gymnastics. Now, I'm not going to take the credit that I was the spark that set off her fire and that vision that she wanted to go there. Obviously, it takes a lot of money. You got to find a good coach. You got to find a good school, right? You go to gymnastics, but I am sure she actually said to me, "I want to do those moves. I want to learn. I want to learn." She was a toddler, could barely do a headstand. Now, from what I understand and I heard through the grapevine, she is a pretty solid gymnast, and nailing and knocking out backflips and all of this tumbles and rolls. So, like, I even can't do a backflip right now. Now, I am in a position, however, to learn and master the backflip if I choose to do so. But is it really important in my life at this point? Not really. I have enough in my tank to be dangerous and go up against a break dancer, a experienced dancer. Most likely, I'm not going to win it, but I'm going to give that person a run for their money, because aerials is something that I didn't really focus on, although I took gymnastics and I did a back tuck. I've done back tucks. I've done back handsprings. It's just I need a guide. I need a coach. The good thing is my body is still very functional. Like, I can do all those things and put my body through it. You know, what I'm doing right now this morning is my first thing is getting my walk in right after resistance training, right after weight training, right? And as I'm walking, my energy is going up. As I'm doing this video, that's a win, right? I cut up some onions, put up turkey sausages. I sliced and diced them up. Gonna go back home, make my meal. As I shower with the AC on, the food is cooling down, right? By the time it's all said and done, I'm gonna take the fresh food, avocado, sparkling water, uh, whatever I need to pack for lunch, take it to work. And in my head, I have shown up there as the best version of myself today. So what I encourage you to do, and what I would like you to take away from this video, is don't overthink what the future holds for you. The future, okay, I'm not making this up, man. This is crazy. The future, you cannot predict the future. The future will become a compounding effect of all the actions you take today. So I would focus on, this is what I do, this is what's made me successful, and this is what's left a lot of my peers in the dust. I will say a shout out to my brother who's in California. He started this fitness journey way before I did. He is in even better shape than I am, but I'm not competing against anyone, right? I am now competing against me. It's always should be that way. I'm inspired by him, but I'm also inspired by the hundreds of fitness influencers that are out there in the marketplace, and you decide who you want to follow, whose content you want to follow, right? That's your call. My job was to show up every single day, walk like this and talk, improve my speaking skills, which, by the way, does impact your job interviews, your presentations, and it unrattles a lot of the nerves that you have built up, is because a lot of us cannot project our voice and talk this way. So for me, right now, I have just raised my vibration. I've raised my vibe, right? So that when I go to office, I know I'm going to get a nice fat paycheck another 2 weeks, right? There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 either. You just have to put your heart and mind and screen the companies. You can check out that video I just did. But there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. You know, you gotta, there's some pros and cons. You gotta swallow your pride in terms of politics and corporate culture. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Crazy people is going to be always everywhere. What matters is how you show up for yourself. Is because once you are just ingrained and footed in your frame, that foundation, you become self-confident. You cannot be shaken. No matter how chaotic the environment is, you cannot be shaken, okay? I am having a blast with my 4:45, 5 a.m. routines. And I hope when I post this video, it's going to be after work tonight. And what I'm going to try to do is timestamp today's Apple Watch summary of this morning's routine, so you all can see that I wasn't actually bullshitting. Some of you may say you can easily have shot this video in the evening, in the night. Yeah, 100%, which is why I'm going to leave my receipts. And if I don't leave that, then I will leave in the next video. If you catch it, make sure you call me out that, hey, you didn't leave your Apple Watch summary of this morning's walk. So with all this being said and done, you know, get that workout, get your steps in the morning. You mentally will thank yourself for doing so. And the good thing about this is, who doesn't want to wake up in the morning? Who doesn't want to wake up in the morning, get it over and done with right away, instead of, you know, backlogging this toward the end of the day, right? Who wants to do that? I don't. But most of us working in corporate, when you get home, you have kids, you have responsibilities, and let's just face it, your commute maybe, right? When you get home, a lot of things are nagging at you in your personal life. Why not just wake up early, create more space for yourself? And a lot of us don't actually mentally get that space to break away from our significant other, the nagging wife, the a-hole husband, whatever relationship, situationship, whatever you're into. Sometimes we get sick and tired of our partners, right? Except the dog. I never get tired of the dog, right? So I'm going to wrap this video up and say, guys, if this is inspiring you to eat healthy, okay, to get your steps in every single day, drinking your gallon of water every single day, you want to be the best. A lot of people are unhappy and projecting their shortcomings onto other people. There are a lot of people, there are a few that hate me for doing YouTube for no reason, right? They'll just sit there and wait for my video to pop up and just be negative about it. But the thing is that I am not worried about that person. I am worried about me. I am not worried. I am more proud of showing up this way. Look behind me. Like, I'm in Las Vegas walking in this territory, so nice and peaceful, perfect temperatures, perfect vibe. How could I possibly complain, right? And when you're on the path and journey to self-improvement and adjust your life accordingly, go to sleep, wake up early, a lot of people around you will not understand why you're doing this. Okay? I could keep going. I think I'm done with this video. I'm in a great mood now. I'm gonna try to head back and finish the rest of my course tasks, finish my meal prep, give my dog another spin, drop her to the sitter. Okay? Until the next video, guys, have a great day. I feel great. Mamba out.